What's going on, everybody? Tonight I kind of want to talk about how you can see God in everything you do. Now, maybe when you're a newborn Christian, but in this case, it's once you actually understand the things God has done for you and the things He's brought you out of, and how God is in everything He created, and even things that just you hear on a daily basis that you're like, oh my goodness, that reminds me of God. And I got the inspiration to do this video because I was actually listening to a song, and it reminded me, like, hey, God also does that. Like, this song speaks about God, or even movies, or painting, or anything. It reminds you of God. And while I want to talk about it, I'm gonna surprise my brother. He loves Warhammer, so he's been wanting to do it, but we've been so busy, and I want to surprise him. So we're gonna paint this action figure, his favorite colors. He collects collectibles and stuff, and I wanna help. I want to show him, like, hey, I still appreciate you and I love you. And I don't know, I just got the idea to do it. Before I got this cape and everything, and yeah. But anyway, as I'm doing this, I want to tell y'all a little bit about, I don't know, just stuff. If you don't know me, my name's Adam. I was adopted when I was 7 years old. People blame God for the things that they go through, or if God's so good, why does He allow evil to happen? If God's so good this, if God's so good that. And people really do misinterpret God, and a lot of the times it's Christians in today's world. I want to let you know that God gave us free will. God loved us and loves us so much that He gives us free will. Free will to do whatever you want. To follow Him, to worship Him, to chase after Him, or to chase after whatever you want to chase. God gives you free will because He doesn't want your love to be fake for Him. Because say I was your best friend, or at least I thought I was your best friend, and I invited you to my house, but instead of you actually wanting to come over, I kind of forced you to come to my house. And I thought we were having a great time, we're doing this, we're doing that, and you never talked to me again after that, because it wasn't a true love. You showed up because I forced you to show up. You were having that good time because you wanted to put on a smile, so you didn't think that I was being overbearing or anything. And that's how God treats us. He loves us so much that He wants us to love Him enough to choose Him. And I would be a liar if I told you that it's easy to choose Him before you know Him. If I told you it was easy to run to God with all your troubles before you knew anything about Him, that would be just a straight up lie. Because we run to things that other people tell us, hey, that's good, hey, that's pretty, hey, maybe that'll work for me. And a week later, you're somebody that you didn't want to be because you didn't want to obey or choose to walk the life that God was calling you to walk. Is it a sad thing? Yes. Is it a disappointing thing? Yes. Is it gonna make you go to hell? No, it's not. Because stuff like that happens. It happened to me. I thought I knew better, and I thought that nobody could tell me what to do because I didn't want to be told, hey, you can't do that. And if I'm honest, that's the way a lot of Christians are in today's world. They call themselves a Christian, but when it's actually time to get down to the nitty-gritty, nobody wants to do Christian things because everybody is comfortable living in their sin. And that's a big problem when today's Christians do that. Because if you call yourself a Christian, then you're representing Jesus Christ. So if you call yourself a Christian and you're rude to that recovering addict and you tell them that he can never get better, then what type of example are you setting? What type of example are you giving to all those young believers and even that recovering addict? Nobody is going to want to follow Jesus because you're claiming to be a Christian. People think that Jesus is this rude, upright, judgy person. And in a little bit, I'll talk a little bit about judging. Jesus wants you, despite all the flaws and all the scars that you have, because scars is just evidence that Jesus has saved you. A scar is an evidence that Jesus brought you out of something that nobody thought you could be brought out of. Scar is evidence that, hey, you're human too and you mess up. And believe it or not, you're gonna mess up more than you fail. more than you succeed. But anyway, I just feel like judging is a big thing in today's world. But a lot of the times people use the excuse of, oh, you're a Christian, you can't judge me. Now, if you're listening to what I'm saying right now, if you tell another believer that knows what they're talking about, or anybody in general, that only God can judge me, that is an excuse to continue to sin because you don't want to be told that you can't do something. Am I guilty of this? Very much. Like I said earlier, I don't like being told what to do. I don't think anybody does. And if you do like being told what to do, you're not a human. But the subject of, hey, I love Jesus so much that I want him to change me, is something that a lot of people aren't ready for. Because when you're saying you want Jesus to change you, that's completely giving up your old way of living to live the life Jesus is calling you to live. And like I said, I don't think that today's Christians are like that for real. You can take a 60-year-old man, right? He has all this wisdom. He has all this knowledge. He could tell you who won the World War II, who was a part of it. He could tell you how to play baseball. He could tell you all the rules of it. But if he never stepped foot on that field, he's going to have a hard time getting down the basics. How to catch a ground ball, how to hit a ball, what to do in a certain situation while you're being rushed. You know, it's going to be hard for him to do that, even though he knows the rules to the game, simply because he's never done it. And last night I was reading Acts chapter 3, and Peter and John, they were going to the 3 o'clock prayer service, and this is after Pentecost and all that. They're going to the prayer service, and they saw this crippled man on the outside. This crippled man, every Wednesday at 3 o'clock for the service, he got people to bring him up to the place so that way he could ask people for money. And Peter and John happened to catch him, right? Now as Peter and John catch him, he asked them for money. So Peter and John are in this sticky situation. The sticky situation of, what do we do? But in all reality, it really wasn't a what do we do? It was more of a, hey, I have something better than money. I can offer you Jesus Christ. And that's what a lot of us Christians need to be doing in today's world. Like I was saying, oh shoot, hey, Luke is calling me. So Peter and John told this homeless man, this crippled man, poor crippled homeless man, that instead of money, they can offer him Jesus Christ. And in the name of Jesus, he got up and he walked. And Peter and John walked the talk. They did exactly what everybody thought they did. They did exactly what Jesus called them to do. They did exactly what a follower of Jesus Christ would do. And like we were saying, don't call yourself a Christian if you're not ready to do Christian things. In other words, when you pray for those homeless people and when you're faced with them and walk by them like they're not even there. Because there was times when I did it. There was times when I saw somebody and I felt God was leading me to talk to him, and I walked into a grocery store or I walked into a shopping center and I was like, God, I know you want me to talk to him, but I'm actually scared. So if you still want me to talk to him, let them be there when I walk out. And a lot of times that's just an excuse not to do it. And yes, there's testimonies where that person was outside and I did talk to him because I had the boldness of Jesus Christ and they gave their life to Jesus. Some of them knew Jesus, so we just prayed. But there were some where I used that excuse and I ended up not praying for them and I never seen them again. Even the people I did pray for, the people I did tell Jesus about, I never saw them again. The point is, you have one life to understand one thing with one goal on your mind. Yes, there's other little side missions and side quests that you can obviously do to help you achieve that one goal, but that one goal is to spread the gospel. That one goal is to let everybody know that there is somebody that loves you. It's to let everybody know that there is hope, that there is future, there is a way out of it, and there is rest for the tired. There is a hiding spot for the broken. There is healing. There's a fixer. There's a miracle worker. And right now I'm offering that to you. Some of those goals we can talk about, those little side missions, side quests. It could be something like simply picking up a camera, getting creative, and just pressing upload. Who cares if people laugh at you? Who cares if people mock you and make fun of you? Who cares what people have to say about you? If you're doing something that you genuinely love, and it doesn't matter about the money or the views, if you can help and inspire one person, whether he's 80 years old or 8 years old, if you can help and inspire that one person, your mission is accomplished. And I know that sounds like a lot of bull, but it's not. It's real life. Because right now there are people praying for a sign. There's people praying to God to, hey, send me a person or let a person give me a sign or let something happen where I know to just go all in and I don't know, I'm scared. And you could be that person's breakthrough. The only thing that's stopping you is your embarrassment. Your embarrassment of what your friends might say, your embarrassment of who might laugh at you, your embarrassment of it's going to be there forever. Although that video might be there forever, the earth is fading away, and so are we. We're not going to be here forever. Nobody's going to remember what you did last Tuesday, my guy. Nobody cares what you did last Tuesday. Nobody cares who you were dating last year. Move on from it. And if there's one thing out of this whole little video that I can leave you with, it's to seek God in everything you do. I know that might be a little hard to do, but if you love Jesus like you claim you do in your Instagram bio, it wouldn't be that hard. And that probably hit somebody. It might have been you, it might have not been you, but like I said earlier, our Christians talk the talk but don't walk the walk. You're scared to give some stuff up. You're scared to change. You're scared of what will happen. You're not trusting God. You're not trusting His process. You're not leaning on to His own understanding. I have a Bible verse on my whiteboard I would show y'all, but my hands are kind of full right now. It's Proverbs 3:5, and it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean on to Him for understanding, living in His will and not your own. And you might have prayed a prayer where you want God's will, but do you really want God's will for your life, or do you want to keep chasing that same thing you've been chasing